All right. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for taking the time to be here for Furucombo's 28th community call for the month of July. So let's just get right into it. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to write them in the open chat on the voice lobby here, and we'll get to them at the end of the call here. So the agenda for this call is just some updates over the last month with Furucombo, just a brief governance update, and then some finished tasks and work in progress updates with Dan. And then we'll open it up to the community again to ask any questions, and we can answer it at the end then. So our first update over the course of the month of July here is a new release on Furucombo Invest. So on Ethereum, we've added two new curve pools, Ray and USDD. And on Polygon, we've added 8 QuickSwap dual auto farming pools, 2 QuickSwap auto farming pools, and 5 curve pools. So Dan will go into more details on that later on. The biggest difference here, the newest addition, is the dual auto farming pool. So we haven't had those up, had those ready to go until now. So that's kind of a whole new segment that we've added. So it's good to see those added. So if you haven't taken a look at those new farming pools, definitely check those out. There may be some that are interesting to you. Again, Dan will go into more detail on that a little bit later. So another new release that we've added is we now support any token deposit to fund instead of just USDC. So before you would have to have USDC in your wallet in order to make a token deposit into fund. So now we've added kind of any token, so it'll automatically swap it for you on the back end and add it into that fund pool. So this allows for a more seamless user experience and easier for anyone to jump into fund. So definitely check that one out as well if you haven't. So the major event for this month has been us attending FCC5 in Paris. So we did sponsor a booth. We had a talk. We did a marketing event. We met with a bunch of teams. So we met with a bunch of users and talked to people about what they think of the platform, where the industry is heading in general, and where kind of Furucombo is heading. So it was a very interesting event. There was about 2,000 people in attendance, mostly developers and other projects and protocols. So very good crowd. We got the opportunity to talk with some very high level with some people, so that was excellent. We also provided some swag for people. As you can see on the right, we got some shirts. We had some cool badges that were really popular. And yeah, just a great opportunity to meet people and talk about the crypto space. So we were excited to attend that and get involved in that. We provided a daily update or a daily digest that summarized our findings at the event. So we had a few team members attending talks. They did summarize those each day from the links below or access from our Medium. So if you want to see kind of what kind of talks were going on, if you want to watch the videos, we have links in those. You can find that in our Medium below each day. And then we kind of talked about in the third one a little bit the swag that we received and what we thought of that. So kind of just a lot of information about the event in there if you want to check that out, the talks we went to, and just a brief summary. If one of them sounds interesting to you, pop open the video and you can watch the full thing. We just kind of wanted to give people the opportunity to feel like they were there or had the opportunity to find some of this good information, because there was a lot of good talks, a lot of good interesting things going on in the space. So, additionally, we also had Wan Ting on the stage to talk about Furucombo. So he talked about how will composability disrupt Wall Street. So I've provided the link there as well. Definitely check that one out. It was quite interesting, a little bit different from what you would expect, kind of talking about how Furucombo can be used at a high level, kind of above and beyond what's provided now. So if you want to hear a little bit more about kind of where Furucombo's going, that's definitely a video to check out. So yeah, I mean, at the event, we kind of had the opportunity to talk to other teams, see what kind of dev tooling they're looking for, how Furucombo can get involved, how other protocols can get involved with Furucombo. So that's kind of going to be the next step, now that we have the base layer set up. Is, if we make our, for example, API public, how can other protocols utilize our features on their website, or how can other protocols easily integrate into us? So that's kind of the idea behind how this composability will disrupt Wall Street. And then earlier this month, we had another another workshop around advanced flash loans. So types of flash loans. I had a review of flash loan arbitrage with some basic examples. Just because people earlier in the other workshops were still kind of questioning how to set these up at a basic level. So I reviewed a little bit about that, even though it's an advanced segment. I wanted to make sure that everyone had the right tools. And then we talked about kind of the advanced strategy. So self-liquidation, collateral, and debt swaps using flash loans. We have the video for that here as well, and then you can find that on our Twitter, on our YouTube channel as well, and Furu Studio in the Discord. So we also had another Furu Radio podcast event, and this one was on the future of AMMs. And this was with Tyler from QuickSwap, Julian from ApeSwap, Munir from PairSwap, and Leo from Dodo. And again, you could find that link here or in the Furu Studio. This was a very interesting talk just around, is kind of the swapping system or the AMM system today kind of the most capital efficient. So most protocols still use like a Uniswap v2 setup. A lot are transitioning to Uniswap v3. Is that more capital efficient? We talked about impermanent loss. Is impermanent loss actually a problem? And then how do you kind of tackle that problem? So lots of interesting questions here that's kind of relevant to anyone that's in DeFi, right? Or DeFi. So it's a good video to check out. Our radio segments are about an hour long, and if you haven't watched any of them, honestly, all of them are really good. We've had great guests, great chats. So if that topic is kind of interesting to you, check that out. And then I just wanted to provide a quick governance update. So FIP2 was around changing the free rate for create mode. So it didn't meet quorum of about 6 million combo tokens voted. We hit 5.7 million. So we're going to reinitiate the vote again in the next few weeks. So you can find the details to that snapshot attached here. But in the next couple of weeks, we're going to reinitiate that vote and get that back to the community to see if we can hit that quorum. We also released an article on how to survive the bear market. So this is pretty important right now. There's some different strategies you can use to kind of minimize the losses on your portfolio. So we went into kind of depth onto each of these topics. I just wanted to provide just a list of the main points about the article, but we go into kind of details on each of these in the article. So if this is something you're interested in, or you're doing investing in the bear market, I think this is a good article to check out. So the first one is don't try to time the market, and that fits in with the second point, which is dollar cost average. So the point here is, over the course, if we expect the bear market to last 2 years, you can take your 2 years investments and every month or every couple of weeks put in that portion of the funds. So 2.5% or 5% every month up until the end of the 2 years, where you're going to have dollar cost average into the tokens that you're interested in purchasing to kind of reduce the downside loss. So if you put everything into ETH at $5,000 and now we're at $1,500 or $1,800, you're not looking so hot. But if you had DC8 in, you'd be purchasing these tokens at a lower value to get you more of them for when the market turns around. So diversify to lower your risk, not just into crypto. You can look at different crypto projects. Obviously, the trend we've seen is that the lower cap cryptos tend to be much more volatile. They're down 90 to 95%, whereas the blue chips or the main ones, Bitcoin, Ethereum, are maybe only down 60 to 70%. So you could look at diversifying into different markets, holding stable coins, that kind of thing, just to kind of help to reduce some of your risk that you're taking to the downside. The next one is earn a passive yield. So look at farming, yield farming. You can look at Furucombo Invest for some strategies there. And then related to that is don't take on more impermanent loss than you need to. So this means like don't pool with stable coins, or don't pool two assets that are kind of diverging greatly in price, because you're going to take on impermanent loss. I personally try to avoid pooling in a bear market, especially or when we expect, even in a bull market, when you expect high volatility with a stablecoin asset, you're going to get a pretty high divergence on your volatile asset versus your stable asset, right? So impermanent loss comes from the divergence in prices. So I personally don't like to pool the USDC or your stablecoins with your volatile asset, because you're going to take on more impermanent loss. Generally, we find that the yield rates are higher on some of those stablecoin farms, and they're doing a lot of volume. But it's going to be difficult to find that threshold where you're earning a profit versus the impermanent loss, because about 50% of yield farms are in profit versus 50% not, because of that impermanent loss. More than, or I should say, profit more than if they never pooled their assets at all. So it's a little bit of a silver lining there. And then the final tip is around don't marry your bag. If you're super into a project, it goes up, 10, 15x, sell the majority of it, because even though you love the project, you can buy in later at a better price, right? So the idea there is, take your profits. You can always get involved in the project again. Just you can get involved in a project different ways than just holding the token as well. So this is kind of the steps or main points that we have around how to survive the bear market. And again, you can find that link on our Medium or from the slide here. So that's it for my part. I'll pass it over to Dan to just talk about finished tasks and what's upcoming for Furucombo.
Thanks, Josh. I will have the two part about this product section. The first part is about what we have delivered in last month. So first is about Cruise mining. If you go to our invest page, you can see there are several new approvals. Most of are Cruise mining. So now you can earn the 2 reward token from those pools. I think we got a very good feedback from our user. They use this to earn more reward token. So you can see we have a lot of different pools. So everyone interested, welcome you to invest it. And the second part is we give some upgrade for our fund system. Now you can deposit any token, not just only the USDC. So if you, for example, you can use the Matic, and we will auto swap it to USDC. Then you can deposit to the fund you like. And the third part is we give some optimistics for our cube information. So if you go to some swap cube like payroll swap, you can see the unit price and price impact you try to trade. So for the other part of the cube is the LP related cube. You can see how much the token you put in the pool and the share you will share among. Yeah. And the next part is you go to the next page. Yes, thank you. We are some update for the what project and the function we are now working on it. First is the fund manager system. We will give some automation of the UI. So we will renew our user flow from the invest page. Now, if you go to the invest page, you want to see some detailed information of our fund system, you will have to create a pop-up and create the detailed wording, and you will get into the overview page. We will renew this. The user will only just create a pro name, then you can go to the overview page to check all those information. Will my very helpful for you to decide you want to invest in this pool or not. And we also will add the LP APY and the RV lending APY on fund overview page. Provide this information, I think will very helpful. And the second part is about protocol integration. We will plan to integrate with RV3, and we will start the develop test next week. And what the queue will add will be a deposit, withdraw, borrow, repay, and fresh loan. Basically, it's like similar like the RVV2. So the user flow will also the same. Will nothing be different, but it's the new contract and the new market. So I think will be good for this platform. And we're also working on the curve unstake cube. Now, user can unstake their curve LP token from Garage. And we also will support more the curve pool. Follow on the list related test on the next spring. And the last part, we will plan to integrate with the Larian and the Rapper, so the user can check their position they put into the Furucombo fund system on the Larian and Rapper. Of course, we will try to also want to try to integrate with the bank, but I think we will still figure it out. Yep. There is some update for last month and the last month we are doing. So that's all, I think, Josh.
Cool, awesome. Thank you, Dan. So that's the end of the community call here. So I'll get to the questions again. If you have anything, post them in the voice lobby chat. And then everyone that attended will receive a OAT on-chain achievement token for being in attendance. So just make sure you're in chat for about 15 minutes is the threshold we have, and then you'll be able to claim that from our Galaxy bot. So the first question we have is from Sinkao Hangus, which is about the DAO. So will I be able to vote the DAO if my combo LP is in my smart wallet? So yeah, that's an issue we had on the first one. I don't believe we have a solution to that because of the way the smart wallet is. I will try to find an answer unless Dan or Shunting has an answer on that.
We were looking for it because the last vote on the snapshot, the token in the small wallet didn't work. They can vote. Yeah, we aware that. So we will have our engineering team to look into it, and we will try to update by the PR to the snapshot. I hope we can the token the hope in the small wallet can vote the next time. Yeah, we'll keep our community post. Yes.
Okay, right on. Thanks, Dan. So yeah,
and also we are, sorry. So we are bringing up the FIP number 2's discussion maybe next week, and then we will open the discussion for about a week as usual, and then to start the vote on snapshot system right after the discussion. So that will be around like 2 to 3 weeks. We will update our like if we have any update about can we vote using the smart wallet, we will update it on the Twitter and also on any sense of social media to let everyone know.
For sure, yeah, we'll post it on the forum as well for when we add that update to the governance forum. Cool, that's awesome. Okay, and then Taiga asked, can we start the community call 2 to 3 hours earlier to consider Asian users? Yeah, I mean, it's always tough to find the perfect time. Um, yeah, the only downside to not be able to attend is to get the OAT token. You can always watch the community call later on YouTube if you need to. But of course, we're gonna try to accommodate as many users as we can. I think we found this time working pretty good, but it's something we could look into in the future if we need to bump that up a couple hours. Maybe that'll work better. So yeah, if we find more users are requiring that, that's something we can do.
Yeah, we used to have Mandarin. I mean, community call in Mandarin. But as Blazer says, we don't have that much audience when we are doing the Mandarin call, so that's why we canceled it. And for this call, even though it's in a really weird time in Asia, but we do record everything, and then we will put it on the YouTube. So anyone who want to participate in the community call, you can. If you cannot wake up at the time, you can just like watch it on the YouTube. But of course, it's always really hard to cover all the time zones around the globe, especially we have so many different types of user. Most of our users are from the US and also from the Europe. So that's why we want, so our priority is to have the community call in English and also to support the US and Europe time zone. Yeah, but of course, Asia is like a super important market for us. Yeah, so we will definitely figure out a way to do this. Yeah, so if English is possible for everyone, I think to watch it on the YouTube, it's a way to participate. Other language, we will try to figure it out. Yeah.
Okay, we got another question from voice chat. So as an crypto fave says, as an ex leverage trader, I really liked your presentation on how to survive profit in a bear market. The integration of survival being profitable is awesome combined with your DeFi strategy touches. As most of us have witnessed, we see that exploits hacks occur more frequently in bear markets. Do you have any security oriented plans for Furucombo? So, yeah, I mean, security is kind of the most prominent or paramount thing for Furucombo. We've done extensive audits on all of our smart contracts. So it's definitely the forefront of that. I think most of our contracts have 3 to 4 independent audits as well as ongoing audits, and then we have our bug bounty program with Immunify if anything else does come up. So that's definitely the most considered thing I think for our users and for Furucombo. So yeah, so definitely we can't obviously promise that we're never gonna be hacked because there's no guarantees from these audit programs, but it's definitely the most important thing for us is to ensure safety of our users and safety of the platform. Yeah, we'll have to get Zoe back on here to do some presentations, or Blake. I mean,
What
is
about we do like a vote in a lounge? And then if there are more than, let's say, 20, uh, some thought for Zoe give a presentation, and then we will make her on the stage next month. Lobby channel.
that sounds good to
Okay,
me.
call to action. Go to lobby. Okay, I'll start. Yeah, I'll do that later.
Important for community growth. Yeah, no problem, CryptoFave. Thank you for the excellent question, and I'm glad you liked the article. So yeah, I think that's the final question. So thank you everyone for attending, and we will see you at the next one. We also have another. What do we have upcoming this month? I think we got another Furu Radio coming up. That one's going to be interesting. It's going to be on layer 2s and scalability and different chains and stuff like that. So hope to see you at that one. And then we'll host the next community call in about a month's time. So thank you for being here.